Welcome, beautiful people, and thank you for joining us on Till the Wheels Fall Off, a podcast by Two Faux Couple. I'm Matt.
And I'm Paige.
And we're here to inspire others, to bring you guys into our lives and tell you a little bit about our journey. Over 20 years together, we've learned a few things.
We're going to work toward being the best version of yourself possible. We're going to dig into building a positive mindset, discuss mental health, addiction recovery, improving fitness, building businesses, and insight into what it takes to navigate life today.
Welcome back to another episode of Till the Wheels Fall Off. And today we are talking about ruthless accountability. And let me just start by saying podcasts are so easy to make. This was like nothing for us, right? We didn't have any problem scheduling this thing. We didn't have any technical problems.
Are you being sarcastic?
Dead sarcastic.
Yeah, it's like this episode was not supposed to happen.
Y'all, we sat in front of this.
It's been 2 days trying to figure this out.
We're still new at this. Like, cue in the drop where Joe Dirt's going, I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, that was us earlier trying to figure out what's going on with our software. But we got it done. We got it figured out. And we're here to talk ruthless accountability. So I think the next Olympic sport will be called ducking responsibility. And America will be the perennial gold medal winner. I believe that wholeheartedly. It is a national sport to duck responsibility. I see this in the workplace. I see this in relationships. I see this in traffic disputes and just about everywhere in between. I see this at work like 10 times a week. And briefly, I'll just say that I'm in trucking. And if you're in trucking or logistics of any kind, you know what I'm talking about. I get this all the time. A load is damaged. You damaged a load. And the driver says, yeah, well, if someone would have loaded me right, this wouldn't have happened. Or if that car wouldn't have cut me off, I wouldn't have had to slam on my brakes. I'm like, but you did. And the Carmack Amendment, which covers all transportation laws, very clear about this. If something is loaded in good condition and it arrives damaged, it is your fault. Unless you can prove a couple of things, and they never can. But it's never their fault, right? It blows my mind. I have this conversation with adults almost daily. So we blame out and we deflect in to protect our fragile egos, our wallets, our pride, and maintain a sense of false perfection and prevent ourselves from taking on more work. That's kind of what it boils down to.
Yeah,
it's sort of like a form of laziness sometimes.
Yep.
But it's just a chicken way out of the ebbs and flows of life because things happen in life. And to duck responsibility gets us nowhere. Nope. Children have done this since the beginning of time. If you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. And for a good reason, though.
Yeah.
They don't know any better. Mm-hmm. They're kids. Not supposed to. But nowadays, adults do this with such regularity that Paige and I felt like we actually had to make an episode about it.
Yeah.
So we're sitting down with adults to teach you how to be adults today. Don't feel bad, though, because this was me.
Yes.
And this was Paige at certain points in our life. And that's why we're able to teach it, because we were these people at one point.
Right.
So what is it? What are we talking about here, Paige?
So we have a part in all disputes, right? Accountability is defined as an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions.
Thank you, Webster's Dictionary.
Yes, thank you. When we're in collision with others, we have a part, sometimes very small, that led to it.
Always.
So ruthless accountability is the process of ignoring others' part in our predicament and focusing only on our part. We cannot control others.
No, we can't. We try.
Right. We constantly try, but we can control ourselves. So we have to look within and find where we were selfish, dishonest, egotistical, or prideful that contributed to the situation.
That's a tough thing to do.
Yeah, it's very tough to do. But you know what? It's a very adult thing to do.
This is adulting 101.
And for some, it's nearly impossible, right? I mean, we know a lot of people in life who never take responsibility or have accountability.
Oh, yeah.
So we cannot see past how we were wronged and then completely absolve ourselves of responsibility for our actions afterward.
That's the part that blows my mind. It's like someone else was just maybe a little bit wrong, and we just completely forget about everything that we've done up to that part.
Yes.
It's absolutely insane.
Or we look at a situation where we were wrong and someone else was perhaps 51% wrong, and once again, absolve ourselves of responsibility.
Yeah, that's the big piece of it right there. It's like people will say, well, they were more wrong than me. I have nothing to apologize for. This was all their fault. Are you not forgetting that you had 49% of this?
Right.
You still have a part.
There's still you still did something.
So the grand question, why is this important? Why do you need this? You'll say, hey, Tufo, I've been living my whole life this way. I never have problems. But I'll tell you why. Life is simpler. It's just simpler, and it's more manageable when we're only focused on our responsibilities and not others. It's keeping our side of the street clean. We're going to teach you how to sweep the street. We are the street sweeper. Street sweeper, baby. So,
oh my God.
So when your side of the street's clean, we have nothing to hide. We have nothing to fear. We have nothing to apologize for. We're not worried about what our neighbors are doing. It's only worried about our side of the street. Let them do what they do.
Right.
Don't worry about that. Just make sure that your side is clean. We're only worried about the things within our own purview and thus in our control. So how do we go about this?
Ooh, we're going to tell you.
Well, I don't know, it's tricky for some, but here are the things that we've found. We've got a few here. We've got 3 points and some examples to go along with it. Number 1, be honest. Say to yourself each time you're in any kind of dispute, what was my part in this? Mm-hmm. It's kind of tricky though. There are times, and they're rare, but where you're not responsible. But if you're an adult, you have a part in your situation 99% of the time.
Yep.
There are very few exceptions. We're talking about abuse and some terrible things that can happen to folks. But when I am disturbed, there's something wrong within me. That is a spiritual axiom.
Yes, it's taken me a long time to understand that.
It's a tough
Just
one.
going to be real.
It's a very adult thing to do.
Yes.
We've learned how to adult here on Two Folk Couple Podcast. But
sometimes
it's tricky. We have to be honest with ourselves. And what were my intentions in this collision? What were my, what was I thinking throughout it? Am I trying to hide something from myself? Am I really being honest about what was my part? What was my part? So I know this is kind of generic. So let's give an instance, right? Let's go for traffic. This is a big one. This happens to everyone. I'm not speaking about anyone I know in particular. This happens in every workplace across the country. So employee shows up. I was in traffic. I got here late. This traffic was bad. And you know what? They're not wrong. Traffic was bad. Mm-hmm. But here's what blows my mind. You've lived in the same house for 10, 12 years.
Right.
You have the same drive to work, and you've had the same drive for work for 10 to 12 years. If you're late a lot, then you knew there'd be traffic. Don't feed me this bull about how it's like surprised you all of a sudden.
Surprise!
Yeah.
I got stuck in traffic again.
Like, really? Like, it's okay. Was it the traffic's fault you were late? Sort of. Let's take it a step back. Be honest. If you knew that there's a possibility there could have been traffic, then you are responsible for not budgeting the time needed to get to work in time.
Right.
It's a small but distinct difference. Then someone comes to work and they say, it was traffic's fault. Or if you come and say, someone got in a wreck and there was traffic, just say, I didn't budget my time well enough this morning. I'm sorry for that. I'll be better about it starting now.
Right.
They're the same, but they're different. And
Yes.
they're distinctly different because in the second one, you take ownership. You're taking ownership of your part in being late. Disregard the accident, disregard everything else. You had a part in it. So maybe you're not getting it. Let's try another one. This is a great one for me. So I'm a big baseball fan, and baseball teaches life lessons every day. It's more than just a game, folks.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know about baseball, I'm sure you've heard of umpires. The guy dressed in all black who stands behind home plate and he calls balls and strikes. Since baseball's been around, people have gotten mad at umpires for making bad calls. They'll strike out looking and they'll say, that wasn't strike 3. Well, let's be real. That's possible. But how did you get 2 strikes in the first place? How did you get 2 strikes in the first place? Perhaps you made a mistake swinging this stick at this ball and missed. So why did you leave it up to a person? And we are fallible. People are fallible. We make mistakes. Why did you leave it up to a person to decide your fate? Why weren't you swinging the bat? Did the umpire screw you over, or maybe you screwed yourself? Take responsibility. So look at a situation and say, okay, let's be really honest about this. Let's look at this whole thing. What was my part in it?
Matt got real serious and scared the dog just now, just so you know.
I get serious about baseball, man. What's some more examples of this?
Okay, so I say this all the time. You have to look at reality. You have to look at reality. We can be in denial because denial is a very comfortable place to be in.
It's also a river.
Yeah, okay. Let's think about food and alcohol. Okay, sometimes we'll make the excuse, I don't eat healthy because it's expensive.
Facts, though it is.
Lies, not the way that we eat.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
No, that is not true. Okay, that's a whole other topic. Anyway, I don't work out because I don't have time. I drink a lot during the holidays or at parties because everyone else is doing it. You have to take a step back and tell yourself the truth. Hold yourself accountable and quit blaming others for your poor choices. You know, we're not happy being unhealthy. No one is. We are naturally supposed to take care of ourselves. So look at your reality and quit listening to the media, your friends, and even family members about your health. Once you manage your responsibility and own it, you will be a much happier, balanced person.
That's a big one. The taking responsibility for my own intake of food and my output of exercise. Like, it drives me nuts when people say I don't have time. Mm-hmm. Like, I work out at 4 a.m.
Right.
You make time.
We know people
no one has time.
Who work
We're
out
all
at 3
busy.
At 3 a.m. You know, we know people who make time.
Yeah. So what was my part in
this.
missing the workout is the fact that work starts at 8. So I decided to get up at 7:30.
Right. And why did I stop at McDonald's on the way instead of going home to eat a piece of chicken or get a rotisserie chicken, you know, because it's on the way and it's everyone else is doing it too. You know, a lot of people make those excuses. You see a billboard, you know, have it your way. Which one is that?
I don't know. Have it your way.
No, that's not it. You don't even know what I'm talking about. It's a fast food restaurant.
I think it's Burger King you're talking about.
I think so. But you know what? It's just media really does get into our brains and we blame it when we need to take personal responsibility for that. Yeah. So another example, kids and parenting. So we don't save our kids from uncomfortable situations with their friends. We encourage them to look at their side of the street and see what they could have done better. So we live in a world where kids are being saved constantly and they have zero accountability for their actions.
Like, if you're a teacher listening to this, you know what we're talking about.
Right.
How many times have you been confronted by
parents,
some little snot-nosed kid's parents saying that, you know, Sally or Jimmy were not in the wrong? There's no way their kid could be wrong. Like, that's exactly the toxic trait that leads to this behavior for generations.
Absolutely.
This is why it's going to be an Olympic sport.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So yeah. And we do them a disservice. Like, when we tell them we always have your back. Like, I'm not saying we don't always have our kids' back, but we are always there for them, but we want them to learn how to solve problems themselves and take responsibility for their own actions.
Yeah. This
that's
can
like
be
the
passed
most
down.
loving thing we can do for them.
It really is.
And the society.
Yeah, and society as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, let's train it out of him. How does this look in a marriage?
All right. So consider how your actions affect your partner.
Looking at me again.
I am. Okay. This is just an example. One day he was doing something and he said some ugly things to me. And
sticks and stones, baby.
I got upset and he goes sticks and stones. And he's done this a few times where it's like, he's allowed to tell me things and it can't hurt me because of that phrase, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words can never hurt me. That's not an excuse to treat somebody like shit. So he owned it and he apologized for it.
It was really hard to do, though, because I thought it was a funny comment, A. And then B, I'm just like, you know, it's just a comment. Like, why is that going to hurt your feelings? But this is your partner we're talking about, right? This isn't just some like Joe on the street that you're never going to see again. And even then, it still doesn't make it right.
Right.
If I've said something to hurt someone, I have a part in it.
Yeah.
I have a part in it. It's really hard to do sometimes. It's really about swallowing the ego. I think that's the toughest part about accountability. Mm-hmm. Swallowing the ego. It's like we all feel like, you know, like when it comes to driving, like, this is my lane. The guy got in my lane. Like, that's not your lane, sir. Like, and this isn't just your conversation that we're having. This is our relationship and our conversation. and I have a part when I've upset someone else, regardless of what was said.
Right.
So we only ask what we could have done better. We only ask what we could have done better. So we get honest, and then we ask, what could I have done better there? What could I have done that would have led to a better outcome in that situation? And just get honest with yourself about it. It's so hard to do, but once you do it, you'll start growing. The other thing is, say sorry. Actually,
wait.
Don't say sorry.
Yes.
Because
a process.
I saw this on a sign at Jimmy John's. And I also learned this a different way, but they said the same thing. So a proper apology has 3 parts. Part 1, what I did was wrong. Part 2, I feel badly that I hurt you. Part 3, what can I do to make it right? At no point do I say sorry. Because what did you always say to me? Like,
if you're not changing your behavior,
sorry means nothing.
Sorry doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, anyone can say sorry.
It's just words. Again, words.
Anyone can say sorry, but it takes a bigger person to say what I did was wrong. I feel badly that I hurt you. And what can I do to make that right? And the most important part of this is no buts.
Yes, you can't say, I'm sorry, but you did this.
Yeah.
That's not an apology. That's not acceptable.
I've got someone in my life, and my entire life, this person has apologized for doing some terrible things to me. And it's always followed up with, yeah, but you kind of put me in a situation. I had no choice. Or, yeah, but if your mouth wouldn't have been running like that, then I wouldn't have had to do that.
Yeah, that's very childish behavior.
Yeah, this person is an adult. I will say this person is an adult. And it's not just one of these people. That I think everyone knows this person where they've hurt you and you get this like half-ass apology where it's, yeah, but you hurt me first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you hurt me first. So no buts. 2 wrongs do not make a right. And lastly, solve it. Sometimes we deflect responsibility out of just pure laziness or fear that we'll have to, like, God forbid, use our brains to solve a problem. So rather than deflecting the blame, take responsibility or ask for help on how you can. But you can't grow if you don't try. I think that's solid. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you haven't already, please subscribe and leave us a review. The reviews help other people find the podcast. It's not just for us so we can be Insta famous or anything else. We're trying to help a massive amount of people, and your reviews go a long way in helping us reach that mission. So leave us a review, subscribe if you haven't already so you can get notified each and every time a new episode is posted, and share with like-minded friends or family. There's certainly people in your life that could benefit from something like this. We just encourage you, share it with them. Check us out on Instagram and our social media at TWFO_couple. That's TWFO_couple. We have a Facebook page at TWFO couple, no underscore. And let us know what you're working on. We love the interaction that we get from people. We absolutely love it. We love the comments. We love the shares. Every bit of that. It kind of helps us know that we're on the right track here. And once again, the mission ultimately is to help as many people as possible. So let us know what you're working on and what you need to be successful. Interact with us. We've also got a blog at www.twofocouple.com. We've got some awesome inspirational and entertaining content up there. So we thank you for being here with us. Look forward to helping you unlock the greatness inside you. With that, I'm Matt.
I'm Paige.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.